Hey everybody, welcome to this week's video. I'm Marion, the Inappropriate Artist, and I'm here to apologize. I planned this week to be posting a continuation in my series on how to kill a painting. Well, instead I learned a very lesson on how to kill a video. I had been working with video editing software that was free through my phone, on my phone. And I kind of was pushing it, I guess, trying to get it to do too much. I lost a whole bunch of footage. And so I had to start over. What I ended up doing was giving up on the phone editing idea. I have downloaded new editing software for my laptop that I will be learning. That's going to take me a little bit of time. So it'll be a while before I have some well-edited videos for you. So most of them are just going to be like this for now. Just for now. Temporary. Okay, so that being said, I am hoping that next week I can shoot outside, maybe in the van. So I can show you progress on the van. And that's something I want to share with you now. This week I finished with my major hauls in the van that I needed the space for to get things out, finish getting things out of storage. So I managed to get all that accomplished. Now I have the floor to think about in the van. So what is going to happen next week is I'm going to be ripping the floor out and spraying the floor with something called a truck bed liner. It's a plastic liner that you spray down. It's made by Rust-Oleum. I think I need like 5 cans, I figured out, something like that. Anyway, a friend made that suggestion to me. And so I don't have to do any major cleaning. I guess I just, most of it, get it done. But that's going to really hide a lot of sins. This is not a permanent fix, mind you. The floor is probably going to need some additional work eventually. But for now, this is what I've got to work with. And it's where my budget is. So I'm going to be doing that next week. To go on top of that, I have a very large piece of polypropylene corrugate. That is a corrugated plastic, for those of you who don't know. And it's a 1/4 inch thick, which is nice and sturdy. So I think it was 8 mil or 4 mil. No, it was 8 mil, I think, corrugated. Anyway. Neither here nor there. It's sturdy. And it also offers air passage. So I'm going to put that down on the floor just to protect the floor for now, and then put a piece of plywood on top of that. So that barrier is going to protect the plywood and moisture from building up underneath, hopefully a little bit, at least for the time being, so things don't get too funky. None of this is getting screwed down. They're just going to both float on top of the floor. And then I'm going to put the bed frame on top of that. Then that way I have my wheelie chair, which should be able to wheel around freely over the top of the floor. Not that it has far to go, but since I can't really walk around, I figured this would be a good way for me to move around in the space without killing my back. So next week, or possibly to later today, I'll be ordering the mattress. That will come. When that comes, then I have size to think about whether or not I can trim it, how I want to orient the bed, all that kind of fun stuff. Still needed. So I have a friend who possibly has a camp stove for me. I'm going to wait and see. I'll see them possibly tomorrow or Sunday. So if I see them and they tell me they do not have a stove, next week I go to Walmart and I pick up a camp stove, like just a simple Coleman camp stove, a commode that I've already picked out. I know exactly what I want, and I'm going to be looking at coolers. I'm going to be looking at coolers with a drain, so that I don't have to worry about draining the water out of the cooler when I buy the new bag of ice. Yada yada yada, fun. So that's that. Right, the power station. So power station goals. Let's call them that. I can't afford a power station yet. Okay, so the power station I want, the one I have done the most research on and that I think suits my needs, the ultimate one that I want is the Jackery 1000. That is $1,000. So for me to be shooting that out would mean I would have had to sell a lot of paintings or a few large paintings to make that happen and to justify that expense. So until that happens, that's not in my plan. I am looking at the smaller Jackery, the Jackery 500. I think that I can reach that sooner, and I do think it'll serve the needs for me that I need filled. The only thing that concerns me with that is that when I do eventually get a ceiling fan for the van, which I don't have yet, that's a Max Air fan that I want. I want it for very good reasons because it has a rain cover. You can change the direction of the fan, and it has the best ratings. And if I'm going to be cutting a hole in the ceiling of my van and putting something in it, I want the best thing to put in there. So that's going to wait until I have a power source to run it. I'm not going to bother installing a fan that I can't run. So that depends on me getting a power source. Right now I'm looking at going with just the two 12 volt outlets that are in the van, which I'm grateful it has two 12 volt outlets. So that is helpful. I can at least then charge two things at once and, get my laptop and my phone charged up while I'm driving. That's a huge help. Elizabeth, thank you, Elizabeth. She gave me this awesome little solar powered light, which is incredibly bright. And that is going to be my one and only light source for now. In the van, that also has a little USB port in it, which I haven't checked out yet. So I'm looking forward to figuring out what that's all about. Maybe I can charge other things off of that as well. That would be cool. I know I can get a little inverter to plug into the cigarette lighter to run maybe a small little bullet blender so I can make little smoothies. Things like that. Just simple stuff, nothing major. So that's what I'm looking at right now. The Jackery is what I would really like. If you guys are interested in looking at a Jackery yourself, I'm going to put the link below to the Jackery 1000 because that's like the cream of the crop and that thing's freaking amazing. And you can find your way to the other ones if you're interested in them on their website. They make a little one, tiny one, which is the Jackery 250. Then there's the mid-size one, which is the Jackery 500. And then there's the big beast, which isn't actually that big. It's pretty cool. They're not that big. The Jackery 1000, that's the cream of the crop. Anyway, so I'm going to put all that in the description below, along with my PayPal Me account link and my Instagram link. If you want to see all my paintings, I post all of them up on Instagram. I am working on a website. It is taking me some time. I have so much on my plate trying to get all of this accomplished. I'm still working part-time. It's a lot of work for me to be doing, and it's fine. I'm loving doing all of it. There's only so many hours in a day. So when I'm not working and I'm not building out the van, I will have time to designate on the website. Until I have the website built, if you are interested in any of the paintings that you see throughout my videos or on Instagram, just message me. We can work it out. And if that's how you'd like to contribute to my journey, I would truly appreciate it and love seeing paintings find homes. Thank you everybody again for joining me this week, and thank you to all of those who have already contributed to my journey. I'm so grateful. I wouldn't be able to continue moving forward without you. Have a great rest of the week, everybody, and we'll see you next time.